Did you know that millions of undocumented immigrants live across the United States, shaping the economy, culture, and communities of major cities? But which cities have the largest populations of undocumented residents? In today's video, Discover Top 10 Places reveals the top 10 cities with the most illegal immigrants in America, uncovering the surprising hotspots where immigration has had the biggest impact. From bustling metropolises to growing regional hubs, these cities are home to some of the largest undocumented populations in the country. Stay tuned as we explore why these cities attract so many undocumented residents, how communities support them, and what makes each city unique in America's immigration story. Whether you're curious about demographics, migration trends, or just love learning about U.S. cities, this video has insights you won't want to miss. Number 10, Atlanta, Georgia. It has emerged as one of the key destinations for undocumented immigrants in the southeastern United States. The city's rapid economic growth over the past few decades has created an abundance of job opportunities that attract immigrant workers from across the country and beyond. Industries such as construction, hospitality, warehousing, and logistics consistently demand labor, and undocumented immigrants often fill these roles. Atlanta's cost of living, while rising, still remains lower compared to larger cities like New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, making it a more affordable place for undocumented families to settle. One of the biggest factors that make Atlanta appealing is its vibrant and diverse immigrant communities. Latino populations in particular have grown significantly, building strong cultural and social networks throughout the city and surrounding suburbs. These established communities provide newcomers with access to jobs, affordable housing, and informal support systems that ease the challenges of adjusting to life in the U.S. for undocumented immigrants. Having a network of people with shared experiences is often crucial in navigating life without legal status, from finding safe employers to locating schools and healthcare services for their families. Atlanta's geography also plays a role in its prominence as an immigration hub. As home to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, the busiest airport in the world, the city is a gateway not only for domestic travel, but also for international migration. Its central location in the southeastern U.S. makes it an accessible destination for migrants relocating from Texas, Florida, and other nearby states. Over time, this has helped Atlanta develop into a crossroads of cultural diversity, where immigrant populations feel both connected and mobile. The city is also notable for the presence of advocacy organizations and immigrant support groups that work to provide resources, legal assistance, and community outreach for undocumented residents. These groups often step in to fill gaps left by restrictive immigration policies at the state or federal level. While Georgia has seen debates and stricter laws regarding immigration, Atlanta itself remains a hub of opportunity and resilience for undocumented immigrants. This balance of economic opportunity, strong community networks, and ongoing activism explains why Atlanta consistently ranks among the top cities for undocumented populations in America. Number 9, Phoenix, Arizona. It stands out as one of the most prominent cities for undocumented immigrants in the southwestern United States. Its proximity to the U.S.-Mexico border makes it a natural destination for migrants, many of whom choose to settle in the metro area after crossing into the country. The city's expanding economy, particularly in industries like agriculture, construction, hospitality, and food services, provides consistent job opportunities that attract undocumented workers. Even though wages may be lower than in other states, the relatively affordable cost of living in Phoenix compared to coastal cities makes it a practical choice for immigrant families. The city's immigrant communities are well established, especially Latino populations, which create a sense of cultural familiarity for newcomers. Spanish is widely spoken in many neighborhoods, and local businesses often cater specifically to immigrant families, helping undocumented residents feel more at home. These community connections offer critical support by providing access to informal job networks, housing opportunities, and social assistance that ease the challenges of settling in a new country. For undocumented families, such networks can be the difference between struggling in isolation and building a more secure life. At the same time, Phoenix is unique because it exists within a state known for some of the nation's strictest immigration laws. Arizona has passed tough measures like SB 1070, which empowered local law enforcement to check immigration status during routine stops. While controversial and legally challenged, these policies created a climate of fear for undocumented immigrants in the past. Despite these hurdles, Phoenix's economy and its immigrant communities have remained strong, and many undocumented residents continue to live and work there, showing resilience in the face of legal and political pressure. Today, advocacy groups, community organizations, and local leaders continue to support undocumented residents in Phoenix, Programs aimed at education, legal assistance, and immigrant rights have helped offset the challenges posed by restrictive policies. Phoenix's story illustrates the complexity of undocumented immigration in America. It is both a city of opportunity and a place where legal battles over immigration have shaped daily life for its residents. For many undocumented immigrants, Phoenix remains not just a destination, but also a place where they've built families, businesses, and communities, despite adversity. Number 8, Dallas, Texas. It is one of the fastest-growing metropolitan areas in the United States, and undocumented immigrants play a major role in its growth. The city's booming economy has created a steady demand for labor in industries such as construction, manufacturing, hospitality, and transportation. Many undocumented workers are drawn to these sectors, where opportunities for consistent employment are more accessible, even without legal status. In addition, Dallas has a relatively affordable cost of living compared to other large U.S. cities like Los Angeles or New York, which makes it an attractive place for immigrant families trying to establish long-term stability. The presence of large immigrant communities in Dallas also contributes to its role as a hub for undocumented residents. The city has one of the largest Latino populations in Texas, with neighborhoods and cultural centers that provide strong support systems for newcomers. These networks help undocumented immigrants find housing, employment opportunities, and community support, creating a sense of security in an otherwise challenging environment. Spanish language services, businesses, and schools with bilingual programs further strengthen the integration of undocumented families into daily life in Dallas. However, Dallas also exists within a complex legal and political environment. Texas has enacted strict immigration measures at the state level, and there has often been tension between state authorities and local officials regarding how immigration laws are enforced. While some policies create additional challenges for undocumented residents, Dallas itself has taken steps to provide a more supportive environment through community initiatives, nonprofit organizations, and local advocacy groups that assist with legal aid, education, and healthcare access. Over the years, Dallas has developed a reputation as a city of opportunity for immigrants despite these challenges. The city's strong economy, affordable housing options, and deeply rooted immigrant networks continue to draw undocumented residents from across the country and abroad. Dallas illustrates the balancing act faced by many American cities, managing strict immigration laws at the state and federal levels, while simultaneously thriving as a diverse, immigrant-powered metropolis. For many undocumented families, Dallas represents both hope and resilience, a place where they can work toward a better future despite legal uncertainty. Number 7, Chicago, Illinois. It has long been a gateway city for immigrants, and that legacy continues today, with a large undocumented population calling the city home. Historically, Chicago attracted immigrant workers through its industries in manufacturing, construction, and transportation, and undocumented residents have often filled labor gaps in these sectors. More recently, many have also entered the service economy, including restaurants, hospitality, and domestic work. Despite Chicago's higher cost of living compared to smaller cities in the Midwest, it remains more affordable than coastal hubs like New York or San Francisco, making it a realistic option for immigrant families. One of Chicago's strongest draws is its deeply rooted immigrant communities, which provide a sense of familiarity and support for undocumented newcomers. Latino communities, particularly Mexican and Central American populations, are well established in neighborhoods across the city. These communities not only offer cultural and social ties, but also serve as a foundation for economic opportunity, with Spanish-language businesses, churches, and local organizations providing assistance to undocumented residents. This support network helps ease the transition for families and creates a sense of belonging in a large metropolitan area. Chicago is also notable for its policies toward undocumented immigrants. The city has historically embraced a sanctuary city stance, limiting cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration authorities. While political debates around immigration continue at the state and national level, this stance has given many undocumented immigrants in Chicago a greater sense of security compared to residents in cities with stricter enforcement policies. Local nonprofit organizations, advocacy groups, and community initiatives also step in to provide legal assistance, education access, and healthcare resources for undocumented families. At the same time, challenges remain for Chicago's undocumented residents, especially when it comes to affordability and access to opportunity. Rising housing costs and competition in the job market create obstacles, but many undocumented families continue to thrive by relying on their communities and taking advantage of the city's supportive infrastructure. Chicago illustrates how a combination of strong immigrant networks, a diverse economy, and more welcoming policies can make a city a major hub for undocumented residents, even in the face of broader political challenges. Number 6, Houston, Texas. It is one of the most diverse cities in America and home to one of the nation's largest undocumented immigrant populations. Its thriving economy, driven by industries like oil and gas, construction, shipping, and food services, provides a wide variety of job opportunities that attract immigrant workers. Many undocumented residents are employed in labor-intensive jobs that help power Houston's growth, making them an essential part of the city's workforce. With a lower cost of living compared to other major metro areas, Houston offers a practical choice for families looking to build stability despite their legal challenges. The city's immigrant communities are both large and deeply rooted. Latino populations, particularly Mexican and Central American, form strong cultural hubs across Houston, while growing Asian and African immigrant communities add to the city's diversity. These established networks play a vital role for undocumented newcomers, helping them secure housing, jobs, and social support. Spanish is widely spoken throughout the city, and many businesses, schools, and community centers cater directly to immigrant populations, creating a sense of familiarity and inclusion for undocumented residents. Houston's location as a gateway city in Texas also contributes to its role as a top destination for undocumented immigrants. Its proximity to the U.S.-Mexico border makes it an accessible place for migrants, while the Port of Houston and its position as a major transportation hub further strengthen economic opportunity. Despite strict immigration policies at the state level, Houston has built a reputation for being somewhat more immigrant-friendly compared to other Texas cities. Advocacy groups and nonprofit organizations provide legal aid, education, and healthcare services, helping undocumented families navigate daily life in challenging circumstances. However, undocumented residents in Houston still face significant obstacles. Immigration enforcement remains a reality, and issues such as poverty, housing insecurity, and limited access to public benefits pose challenges for many families. Yet, Houston demonstrates resilience through its strong community ties and robust economy, which continue to make it one of the most important cities for undocumented immigrants in the United States. For many, Houston represents both opportunity and perseverance, a place where they can contribute to the economy while finding support within a diverse and welcoming community. Number 5, Riverside, San Bernardino, California. It has become one of the fastest-growing immigrant hubs in California, with a significant undocumented population. Located just east of Los Angeles, this region offers relatively more affordable housing options compared to its coastal neighbor, making it an attractive destination for undocumented families seeking stability. Many immigrants who are priced out of Los Angeles often move inland to Riverside or San Bernardino, where they can still access jobs in nearby metropolitan centers while paying lower living costs. The local economy also plays a crucial role in attracting undocumented immigrants. The Inland Empire is a major center for agriculture, warehousing, and logistics, industries that rely heavily on immigrant labor. Many undocumented residents find employment in farming, packing, trucking, and distribution facilities, which have expanded rapidly in the region due to its proximity to Los Angeles and the ports of Long Beach. Additionally, service sector jobs in restaurants, construction, and retail continue to provide opportunities for undocumented workers who may struggle to access formal employment elsewhere. Community networks are another factor that makes Riverside and San Bernardino. The area has a large and growing Latino population, with many neighborhoods reflecting cultural traditions, Spanish-language services, and immigrant-owned businesses that provide support and familiarity for undocumented families. These strong community ties help newcomers integrate more easily, offering assistance with housing, job opportunities, and local resources. Churches, community centers, and advocacy organizations also play a significant role in providing outreach and aid for undocumented residents in the region. Despite these strengths, undocumented immigrants in the Inland Empire face challenges, particularly in areas such as healthcare access, education, and economic mobility. While community support exists, resources are often stretched thin compared to larger cities like Los Angeles. Nonetheless, the combination of affordability, employment opportunities, and established immigrant communities has made Riverside, San Bernardino, one of the top destinations for undocumented immigrants in America. It highlights how suburban and inland regions, not just big coastal cities, have become central to the undocumented immigrant story in the United States. Number 4, San Francisco Bay Area, California. It is home to one of the largest undocumented immigrant populations in the United States. Despite the region's high cost of living, many undocumented immigrants are drawn here by the strength of the local economy and the wide range of job opportunities it provides. From tech and construction to hospitality, domestic work, and food services, the Bay Area offers employment options that continue to attract undocumented workers and their families. The promise of economic opportunity often outweighs the challenges of living in such an expensive region. The Bay Area's immigrant communities are incredibly diverse, with Latino, Asian, African, and Middle Eastern populations all contributing to the cultural fabric of the region. Many neighborhoods are home to long-standing immigrant communities, which provide newcomers with social support, job connections, and access to resources. Spanish, Chinese, Tagalog, and many other languages are widely spoken across the Bay Area, making it easier for undocumented residents to feel connected and supported. Immigrant-owned businesses and cultural organizations also help undocumented immigrants establish roots in this diverse region. Another key factor is the Bay Area's political and social climate. Cities like San Francisco and Oakland are well known for their immigrant-friendly policies, including their sanctuary city status, which limits local cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. These policies provide undocumented residents with a greater sense of security and stability compared to living in areas with stricter enforcement. Local advocacy groups, nonprofits, and legal aid organizations are also highly active in the region, offering support with education, healthcare, and immigration issues. However, the high cost of living in the Bay Area presents real challenges for undocumented families. Affordable housing is scarce, and the expense of daily life often forces many to work multiple jobs or share crowded living spaces. Despite these difficulties, the Bay Area remains one of the most popular destinations for undocumented immigrants because of its strong job market, supportive communities, and inclusive social climate. It continues to represent both opportunity and struggle, illustrating the dual realities faced by undocumented residents in some of America's most dynamic cities. Number 3, Los Angeles, California. It has one of the largest undocumented immigrant populations in the United States and has long been considered the heart of immigrant life in America. With its vast economy, diverse industries, and cultural openness, Los Angeles attracts immigrants from around the world, particularly from Mexico and Central America. The city offers opportunities in construction, hospitality, food services, agriculture in surrounding areas, and even the entertainment industry, making it a magnet for those seeking work. While the cost of living is high, the sheer scale of opportunity in Los Angeles continues to draw undocumented residents who see the city as a place to build better futures. The strength of Los Angeles lies in its immigrant communities, which are some of the most vibrant and well-established in the country. Neighborhoods like East LA, Pico Union, and MacArthur Park are cultural centers for Latino populations, while Asian, Middle Eastern, and African immigrant communities add to the city's extraordinary diversity. For undocumented immigrants, these established communities offer critical support in terms of housing, job opportunities, and cultural familiarity. Spanish is widely spoken across the city, and countless immigrant-owned businesses provide services that help undocumented families integrate into daily life. In addition, Los Angeles is known for its immigrant-friendly policies and community resources. As a sanctuary city, Los Angeles limits cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration authorities, which gives undocumented immigrants a stronger sense of security. The city and surrounding county also have numerous nonprofit organizations, advocacy groups, and legal aid centers dedicated to immigrant rights, education, and healthcare access. These resources help undocumented families navigate the challenges of living without legal status, while also empowering them to participate more fully in the community. Still, living in Los Angeles comes with significant challenges for undocumented residents. Housing is among the most expensive in the country, and many families must share crowded spaces to afford rent. The cost of living and competition for jobs create daily pressures, especially for those without legal protection. Yet, despite these difficulties, Los Angeles continues to be one of the most important cities for undocumented immigrants in America. Its combination of economic opportunity, cultural acceptance, and strong community networks ensures that it remains a leading destination for immigrants seeking both survival and success. Number 2, New York City, New York. It has one of the largest and most diverse undocumented immigrant populations in the United States. As one of the world's most global cities, New York has long been a destination for migrants from Latin America, Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean. Many undocumented residents work in industries like construction, hospitality, restaurants, domestic services, and retail, where the demand for labor is strong. Despite its high cost of living, the city remains attractive because of its immense economic opportunities and its reputation as a city where immigrants can carve out a future, regardless of their legal status. A defining characteristic of New York City is the strength and diversity of its immigrant communities. Neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs reflect cultural traditions from around the world, offering undocumented and newcomers access to familiar foods, languages, and support systems. Areas like Queens are famous for being among the most ethnically diverse places on Earth, where immigrants from dozens of countries live side by side. These communities make it easier for undocumented residents to adapt and provide critical support in areas such as housing, employment, and childcare. The networks built by earlier generations of immigrants help newcomers survive and thrive. New York has also established itself as one of the most immigrant-friendly cities in America. The city has a long-standing sanctuary policy, which restricts local authorities from cooperating with federal immigration enforcement in most cases. Programs like municipal ID cards, language access in public services, and immigrant advocacy organizations provide resources that undocumented families often cannot access elsewhere. Legal aid groups, nonprofit organizations, and community centers are deeply embedded in the city's immigrant infrastructure, offering help with everything from education to healthcare. This creates a more secure environment for undocumented residents compared to cities with stricter enforcement. Of course, New York City also poses challenges for undocumented immigrants, particularly in terms of affordability. High housing costs, competitive job markets, and limited access to certain public benefits mean that many families struggle to make ends meet. Nonetheless, the city remains one of the top destinations for undocumented immigrants because of its economic power, cultural acceptance, and deeply rooted immigrant communities. For many, New York symbolizes both the promise and the complexity of the immigrant experience in America, a place of opportunity, diversity, and resilience despite the challenges. Number 1, Miami, Florida. It tops the list as one of the U.S. cities with the largest undocumented immigrant populations. Its geographic location, cultural ties to Latin America and the Caribbean, and vibrant economy make it a primary destination for migrants seeking opportunity. Many undocumented residents work in tourism, hospitality, construction, agriculture, and service industries, which are abundant in the city. Miami's economy relies heavily on immigrant labor, and despite legal and social challenges, undocumented workers play a vital role in sustaining its growth. The city's strong and diverse immigrant communities are a major reason why many undocumented immigrants choose to settle in Miami. Latin American populations, particularly from Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, and Central America, have established deep social and cultural networks that provide support for newcomers. These communities offer access to jobs, housing, healthcare, and social services, as well as a sense of belonging for families navigating life without legal status. The prevalence of Spanish, Creole, and other languages helps undocumented residents maintain cultural connections while integrating into the local economy. Miami also benefits from policies and local programs that, while limited, create a somewhat supportive environment for undocumented residents. Advocacy groups, community organizations, and nonprofit initiatives provide legal assistance, healthcare, access, and educational resources to help immigrant families manage daily life. These programs, combined with the city's long history of immigration, have made Miami a hub where undocumented residents can find both opportunity and community despite challenges posed by national and state-level immigration laws. Nevertheless, life in Miami comes with difficulty. The high cost of living, competitive housing market, and limited access to public benefits can create financial stress for undocumented. Despite these obstacles, Miami continues to attract a significant undocumented population because of its economic opportunities, cultural familiarity, and supportive immigrant network. For many undocumented residents, Miami represents hope, resilience, and the ability to build a new life in a city where immigrant communities have thrived for generations. Conclusion: And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 cities with the most illegal immigrants in America. From Miami to Atlanta, each of these cities tells a unique story about immigration, communities, and the challenges and opportunities that come with it. Which city surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to discover top 10 places for more eye-opening videos about cities, demographics, and the world's most fascinating destinations. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and stay tuned for our next countdown of amazing and surprising places across the globe.